I'm seeking answers from Homeland Security Jay Johnson as to why this policy is needed and why it was launched to instill fear in immigrant households over the Christmas holidays, and why family detention centers I've been trying to close are now filling up with new families awaiting deportation. This is not the Democratic Party's solution to immigration question, nor should it be America's. We expect heated calls for raids and deportations from the other side.
Illinois Democratic Congressman Luis Gutierrez condemning the Obama administration for its first large-scale immigration raid. Luis is not alone. Democrats in both the House and Senate angry and criticizing the administration, but the administration is defending its operation, saying it's simply following guidelines issued by the Department of Homeland Security last November. So is this really going on? Let's talk about it with Dan Stein, president of the Federation for American Immigration Reform, and that great acronym FAIR. Dan joins us from Newsmax, Washington. Dan, are these raids really going on?
Well, there are some raids going on. These raids were carefully telegraphed by the administration to the opposition groups, the groups that don't want anybody to be deported. They telegraphed it well before the Christmas holiday. And then they went on right around the Christmas holiday, right afterwards. A few hundred people. You know, look, this happened before. The administration periodically tries to assure the American people that there's some interior enforcement going on, or there's some enforcement at all. But not surprisingly, these organizations that want to go to court to challenge them legally have all got the heads up, and they immediately go into court and they try to get an injunction, which apparently they did in a couple of cases here just the other day before the Board of Immigration Appeals. The answer is it's a big head fake. The administration has created a real security crisis along the border. Central Americans, Cubans, and others coming in because they know the administration isn't enforcing the law. In order to try to maintain some pretense of credibility that there's actually deterrence, they do this head fake periodically where they start enforcing the law and then they go, oh gosh, gee whiz, these organizations went to court and said we can't do it. Well, of course they can do it, but they have to have the determination to give the aliens their procedural process quickly and get them out of the country.
And it remains a huge bottleneck, and still our borders are unsecure. Reports, for example, that 2 Pakistani nationals who've been linked to terror were caught south of San Diego last September, but the details of their capture were just made public. Other Middle Easterners coming in with the Mexicans moving north. Isn't this what you and I and others have been warning about for years?
Years and years, JD. Look, this is a big national security threat. We see Central Americans who are trying to mix in with Cubans that are going to be flown in over Nicaragua because Ortega is cooperating with Castro. He's not cooperating with the Obama administration. They're going to fly him over into El Salvador so they can then walk through Mexico and cross our border. You don't think international terror organizations and drug cartels see all the incredible security weaknesses along our border? And how can anybody be delusional now to not realize that this administration wants, supports, encourages, and rewards illegal immigration? Just listen to Gutierrez on the floor of the House.
And we not only see what happens in the legislative branch and with the executive branch, but the judiciary. We have seen some federal judges make a stand, but there's a lot of skepticism that the administration is really following the decisions made by those judges to stop processes here. Is the administration just kind of thumbing its nose at those judicial rulings? 30 seconds.
Well, look, the administration has made it clear it thumbs its nose at the law itself. Look, we have a national immigration crisis. Congress has to step forward and pass laws that demand that this president carry out the enforcement laws of the immigration policies of this country. It has got to stop, JD. Our country is at risk.
It certainly is, and you and I and others have been talking about it, and we need to see some action, and that is going to play a huge role in this election. Dan Stein, president of FAIR. We thank you for your time tonight at Newsmax Washington. Yes, sir. Now, you heard what Dan had to say. Agree or disagree? Send your comments to me at newsmaxtv.com/comments. When we come back, all eyes on the Hawkeye State. What will be the role of evangelical voters in the Iowa caucuses? Steve Deace and David Lane discuss that next with me right here.